morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome all of you to Life Beyond the Clouds. And I'm really happy to have Peggy here today to tell her story. It is one of hope and courage and love. And we're going to get into more detail about that. I'd like to thank all of you that are watching and subscribing and sharing because these stories of hope from these beautiful, amazing people are really helping all of you. So please, if you haven't, please do that. And I am running a contest for the next month. For anyone that likes and shares the 1st of July, I will be doing a free half-hour session again. So with that being said, I want to just talk about Peggy a little bit, and I want her to introduce herself and the things that she does to help heal people and her story about the loss of her son. I can't wait to show people what you make, and we're going to get into more detail about these to help people with the hole in their heart. But I'd like you to go ahead and just take a second. I want you to talk about your son and how beautiful and amazing and how you receive messages from him and how the hope that you're giving to everybody else.
We lost our son February of 21, and the most devastating, god-awful thing anybody could go through. It was a surprise. We didn't know, everything that was going on, and he is an amazing, his smile, his beauty, his kindness, his wit, he likes to be a prankster, just funny and kind and beautiful. And it has left our family and his family just empty. And we're lucky we have such a lovely whole family that helps support us, but it's a gaping hole in your soul, and you feel like the inside of you is empty, like your soul is bare. So on our journey, we feel like grief is so lonely. Like nobody else is going through this. You don't know who to talk to. You don't know what to do. And my daughter, Michelle, wanted to start make memory boxes. And she said, and Mikey's favorite candy was Swedish fish. And so she bought a mold and started me on this resin project to make Swedish fish so that we could put in a memory box, because otherwise, it's not good to put real food in a memory box. And then it just went from there. And I saw a picture online, and it was a big metal statue. I don't know where it is, but it's real. It looked just like this. And I thought, that's exactly how we feel. So then I found these, and I thought, as I made one for myself, and then I started talking to other people and made them for other people, and they felt, then I realized that there's so many people out there that feel the same way, even though we thought we were alone. And then helping someone else know that they're not alone, that you have gone through something similar. Everybody's journey is different, but that you're going through something similar and that you can feel what they're feeling has really helped. It's helped me because you just want to help other people. It's just in who you are. That's my daughters and I do together.
It's such an amazing I don't know why he kept saying Eminem to me. So I don't know if he was referring, do you understand? Like to him and his sister, like with the M's, because I had down before we even started, I kept hearing like Eminem. And he also
Yes.
was talking about, okay, the grandchildren and talking about his children and just about getting together. And it's about he's always there. He loves when they come around, and it's about them being around you and how you keep his memory so alive with them. Like you would just say, this is what he did, and how you see so many similarities. He keeps talking about always wanting to be around and loving so much when they're with you, and about all of them getting together, like a big event coming and a family event, and all of you will be getting together in the next week or so, because this is something very important to him. And he also talks too about his father and how he's helping so much with this. He really keeps bringing this up to me about he keeps saying, Mom, I'm helping Dad. Mom, I'm helping Dad. Like he kneels beside him a lot. He keeps helping him. It's like he's really wants to help him. Do you understand? To get up. It's like I keep trying to help him to get up, and he just keeps putting his energy around him. And it's almost as if, I don't know if there's something you keep by your nightstand while he's showing me this. I kept seeing something. I kept seeing a nightstand. He kept taking me to your bedroom. I don't know if this makes any sense for you, but like there's something by your nightstand or something you do at night. It's either like there's a ritual or something by your nightstand that he keeps showing me. Does this make any sense for you?
We have in our room, it's my Mikey table.
Oh gosh. Okay.
The
Okay.
feathers, because our my daughters and I, when we go for a walk, we seem to find feathers more. Actually, more Amanda because she doesn't need glasses, but she finds the feathers, and so we keep them all together. And I know that he has said this before when we had talked. So we did, all three of us put feathers in his memory box because we had found so many. And one time, this was like in particular for the feathers, my husband just was able to drive again and, with hand controls. And
Mm-hmm.
he was so excited. And we were just so happy that he could drive again after his accident. And a feather just fell right in between us. We both just cried.
Do you see how amazing? This is what he does for you. He's a very strong energy. He was in life, from what I feel of him, that he was his presence was known. If he was in the room, you knew he was there. Like
Definitely.
and is there also, he's taking me to a cell phone or voicemail or a text message, and he keeps coming in with mom. He keeps saying, I'm here with mom. So would that be mother for you?
Hmm.
Okay, because he keeps saying, I'm here with, do you understand? I'm here with grandma. I'm here with mom. Because he keeps showing me mom. And I keep seeing something with a voicemail or a text message. Either there's something I don't know if you have his voice still on something or you can listen to it, but
Hmm.
I keep hearing it as if it's almost like, Peggy, you want to make a memory of that. It's like if I can somehow find a way with what you make to start putting voices into things or making, because I feel like what you're doing with this, you're only beginning with this. I keep hearing you putting voices into things, like you're adding pictures. And I'm going to really at the end, and for anybody that, and everyone that is watching this, I'm going to have her website up at the end so you can order these. These are so incredible. She'll customize and personalize things for people, for your family members and your loved ones. But I keep hearing you doing something almost with a voice. I feel like you're just really kind of beginning what you're doing. It's like I'm seeing jewelry, like I'm expanding out into bracelets or jewelry. So I don't know. It's like I'm seeing these things put into so people can wear them also. I
Hmm.
feel this.
We've been doing that too.
Oh, that's amazing because that's what he's showing me. I feel that because this is how people really connect, right? They'll come and they always want to touch, wear something, or feel something, of someone's. Um, and he keeps laying his head on the. Do you have one on?
This is my husband got this for me. It's Mikey's picture.
Oh my God. Okay. See, I love seeing that. And he just makes me feel as if you're going to be doing this even with the resin, or you're going to be putting people's pictures in the necklace or the bracelet where they can actually, see through this, that you're going to be doing more and more of this. And I don't know why he's referencing, or somebody's referencing the head, something with the head. I don't know if this makes sense for anyone. If it doesn't, I don't know if it's like putting their head on a pillow. It's almost like I keep seeing a head, and I don't know why he's showing me laying your head on a pillow. So I don't know if this has to do with your husband or something about being elevated or something about the way he's laying.
My daughter-in-law just lovingly gave us all pillows made out of his t-shirts.
That's amazing.
And it's, of course, a Jedi.
I didn't know that that's what he liked, but he just kept showing me the pillows. Like this is something that he was there. This is something that's so significant. And when I see things, like I'll see pictures in my mind's eye and I'll hear it. Like he was so excited. He's so excited for you to be here and to want to communicate with you because their energy. It's like anyone standing on the sidelines and jumping up and down, saying, "I'm here. I'm here." Right? This is what his energy is for you. It is so big.
Mhm.
And it's just so guided. And he loves that you do this with his sister, with your daughter. This is so very, very important to him that you are doing things because you're healing so many people. I don't think you realize how many people's lives you're touching. Even if I give these away to clients, because you so lovingly give these away for free, these right here. And I've given these to so many clients. And when they come and I know the ones that I'm supposed to give them to, and they just cry and they'll just say, you have no idea, because it's just exactly how I feel. And they hold on to it like they're gripping onto it,
Mhm.
like they don't want to let it go. Because for them, it's a message. For them, it's about hope. It's about connecting. And that's what you do also. People have to understand when we have gifts in life, what we come in to do, everybody's gift is so important. When you're giving it of love and hope and trying to help someone, it is such an amazing, important thing to do. And this is what you're doing. You're giving hope. You're using what you've gone through, right? And you're finding people and saying, I already know. I know what you've been through, and you want to help them. It's such an was your mother's just like coming in now, very kind of like wanting to take over. I have to just say, all of a sudden she's just jumping in. And it's like she's so proud of you too. She's encouraging you. Like, It's almost like she stood you up, right? Like, you know what, Peggy, you're going to move forward. We're going to help you. You're going to be helping people. Like she was very
Um,
almost like helping you to want to stand up. So I don't know if her energy was like that in the physical, but this is how she comes through. Like, we're taking care of him here. Everything is good here. So now we're helping you. That we're coming in. And is there anything going on even with your daughter? Is there any changes for your daughter going on? Because I feel like there's some new energy or some new changes. I don't know if it's moving or doing something new, but he's referencing like he's very proud of her.
yes, that's Michelle. She is working very hard to be a voice actor. And she has done so many things to pursue that. And she works on it all the time, after her full time job. She's very excited about it.
Well, I also feel like maybe she might be doing some traveling with this. Like there's either going into, do you understand? I don't know if it's like a TV station or a news station, but I feel as if, and I keep seeing New York around her. Don't know why. I'm just writing things down as we go. I'm hearing things like something about maybe going to New York, but it's almost as if she could do like characters too. Like her voice, do you
Mhm.
understand? Is able to do characters. Like she's going to do some sort of characters, whether it would be for children's shows or like on TVs. Like I'm going to be the voiceover for a character, like on a children's show or things like this. He's really kind of guiding me, into this, which is really amazing to
She
me.
would love that. She's
Okay,
reenacting the labyrinth and doing every single character from the
that's
labyrinth.
wild. Do you understand
Hmm.
how that's amazing? I always say to everyone, I get so excited and amazed. I never take this for granted. I think heaven is so beautiful when they come through, and it's how love we are. And everybody that doubts, or sometimes people will write things on me that I don't believe in God or Jesus, and I'm thinking nothing could be farther from the truth. I have this because I do love Him, and I do want everyone to know, right? It's because of that. I'm just a person, right? That we all get chosen to do things, but He's really guiding her on this because I see her doing like voiceovers for like children's things, like movies or like sitcoms on TV. You know how you would have I don't even know, like Cocomelon or any kind of thing, right? Like I'm just trying to throw out kids shows or any kind of a movie that she's going to be like a voice and a character that, and it's a very sweet voice he shows me with her. Like she's got this very sweet voice that, and I just feel like tell her please, he's guiding her like to hold on because I feel like things are going to kind of pick up for this.
Awesome.
And I feel as if he shows me maybe some things she might be able to do from home, whether she has a studio, do you
Hmm.
understand? Or something, maybe being able to be doing this from where she is. Oh, I just think this is something she's just beginning to like. It's going to be really, really good for her. It's going to be a big deal.
She does have a studio that she built in her office.
That's amazing. Okay, because
Hmm.
he just showed me this. Like, I feel like I'm home and doing some things from a studio, like all about the microphone, right? That she does have a studio from the house that she won't have to go a lot of places. Like, she'll do it and send it in. Like, she'll get like do this like she'll learn the character or whatever it is she's supposed to do. Like, she'll get the script, I guess is what it is, and then
Yes.
she'll memorize it. And this is just what he's showing me. And I feel like she's getting things coming to her now. Like they're sending her things
Hmm.
like more and more things. And he's really excited about this. Like he just thinks this is such a big deal. He's very excited for her about this.
He's loves to encourage, like through his whole, just so supportive of his sisters and whatever. Just such a kind person.
He is. And is there something with swimming for him or a pool? For some reason, either there's something about a swimming pool or a pool. He's taking me into either someone's pool or something about either he would float around on a raft or tip people over, but he's taking me into a pool and he's being very, very funny.
Yes. When we talk, he always brings up swimming, and we didn't have a personal pool, but he did enjoy swimming, and we had a place at a lake, and he loved being in there, and he would lay on a raft and just
That's what
float.
he shows me. I have down inner tube and raft written down. Just as you were saying this, I'm writing down inner tube and raft.
Hmm.
Because sometimes his energy felt like it could have been, do you understand whether he had anxiety sometimes in life
Hmm.
on the physical? He makes me feel like sometimes he did struggle with a little bit of depression and anxiety. And that these were the times when he was together with the family and swimming, that these were the times that he didn't think about stuff. Like things did not bother him as much because he makes me feel like his mind was always going, Peggy. Like he was always thinking, like his mind was always moving.
That makes sense.
I don't know, for some reason, I'm seeing almost like little pictures of him. You know, like, yeah, you would go into a photo booth or like you would take photo booth pictures, or he's showing me like all these little pictures. Like either there was something with little pictures. I don't know if it would have been with his sisters, but something I feel like we're all in a picture together. Something about, I don't know if I'm in Ocean City or if I'm like in a photo booth, but he's showing me all these. It almost looks like a photo booth, like photo booth pictures. And this some things you might have to ask your daughter later,
Yeah,
but
I'll have to check. I mean, we have tons of pictures.
it's almost like funny faces too. You know how like you would take a picture and you would make
They all make funny faces all the time.
this is what he's showing me. And he wants to be more clear. So as I'm talking to you, I'm saying to him, can you clarify this a little bit? So he's saying, you know, I mean, tell my mom, it's like we're making, and it's just kind of like that was like a thing, right? It was almost just like peace sign behind your head, like putting the peace sign behind someone's head.
Like that.
Yes, that's what he's like. Did he do that?
Hmm.
That's wild to me because that's what he's
Because he
showing me.
would
Like,
have one regular picture, and then my husband would be, okay, make it crazy. And everybody would just do, stick their tongue out and move their hands. And yeah, they
and that's what
loved it.
he's doing. It's like they got the
Mhm.
tongue out, the eyes, like the fingers. To me, it looks like a peace sign. I'm older, so it could have been whatever the other sign
I
is.
know, right?
But you understand, I'm seeing the two fingers out, right? You know what I mean?
Yes,
It just shows
like
me.
this.
I just think it's amazing. And these are the pictures he wants. It's almost like you would love to have one blown up, whether you do or not. But it's like these are how he wants you to always think of him, right? These are the ones that, I mean, with the family, because he was all about the family. He
Mhm.
was just all about, and he just always comes up and it's like, mom, like I feel like he wants to come up and put his elbow on your shoulder or put his hands, you know what I mean, around you, like from the back. Like he comes up and he just wants to hug you so tight from the back. And this is how his energy is always with you, still comes through. He's just someone, he's so very much alive. And he just keeps saying, like, mom, this wasn't supposed to happen, right? You know, his how he left the physical earth that I want to just say, like, was he having a difficult time before he left the physical earth or something was going on for him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had terrible hip and leg pain from an accident, and which totally broke his hip, from his hip down, and he had
I
pain.
had to have medication, Peggy. Like either he was put on prescription. You just kept saying like it was a freak accident. It was just like
It was. He jumped off a swing.
it just shattered. He said the pain was so bad that it was just like it made him pass out almost. And I don't
Hmm.
know if this is where the head comes in, if he felt like he could have hit his head, but it's like the pain I feel like went into his head that it just almost put him into shock, is what I feel like.
Hmm.
And this
Yeah,
is just almost what I feel like. He just keeps saying it was just a freak
it
accident, like,
was.
and that's just what it is. And that's what he keeps
Hmm.
saying, like that.
It was. It was just a freak accident.
Yes. Why does he keep showing me a blanket? Does this make sense for you?
Yes. My daughter-in-law had taken his shirts and had a blanket made, and
Okay.
it's lovely, and it's just amazing. It's
Okay.
a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Because he makes me feel like his energy is on this. And I guess that's from him. Like he just
Yes,
keeps saying his
because
energy
you
is
can
on.
hold it and just
Okay. Because he's just showing me, he's like, Mom, my energy is on this. And he's just, I have to tell you, and even with your husband, and I know I've had this conversation with you, but I just feel like there is so much hope. There are things like not to give up hope on any of this. There are going to be new treatments. There's new things. His legs just keep going in circles. I feel like I'm on some electric bike that makes my legs go by itself. I don't know why he shows me this, but he does. And he keeps showing me something with stem cells. I'm not a doctor, but he just keeps saying this. And I'm just going to put it down because when I hear it, I always just like to pass it forward because at some
right.
point it might make sense for you. But
Yes.
I keep saying this. But I just like you to tell me a little bit about him, like who he was for you. You know, I mean, as a little boy, I think it's so important for people to hear how he was for you because his energy is so beautiful when it comes through for me.
He is probably more often than I call him Mikey. And the reason he got Mikey is because my husband is Mike and people got confused. So that's how we ended up doing it. But more
Right.
often he would be Bubby. And I have this bracelet someone gave me and they knew I called him Bubby. And it's on here. And
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
we had a star that we had talked about before that I know that you said that he really was touched by that. And we named it Bubby. But he was just so fun and easygoing. And like his sisters are almost 2 years older than him. And they did everything together. It was like triplets. And
Mhm.
like they learned to ride a bike together. And the same day, like he didn't wait for those 2 years difference. He just did the same thing. And oh my gosh, I don't know. Just fun.
It's okay. And I think this is just what people, just even that, Peggy, people just, because when you tell someone something, they visualize it, right? So just as you were saying that, I could visualize all three of them on a bike riding around in a court and him trying to reach the pedals, right? That's where my mind was taking me. His legs not being quite long enough, but it's just like, if they're doing it, I'm doing it with them. So in my
Hmm.
mind, when somebody tells you a little bit of a story, that's what's so healing about people's stories, is because you can be there, you can transport. It's like when you close your eyes and you listen. Even when I do these soul circles and you have someone close their eyes and you take them on a journey, as soon as you start to talk, I was picturing the three of them and him just saying, I'm doing it too, and just struggling to, get his little legs moving and ride this bike like he wanted to keep up and do whatever they did. And I think that that's what's just so important, when you just give somebody some insight into how amazing and how beautiful that they're real people, right? That his soul is still very much alive. They're more alive than we are, and your mother's there. You have so many people in heaven that love
Hmm.
you and that they're all together. And he's very funny with them. Is your father there also?
Yes.
Okay, because I just heard dad's here, grandpa's here too.
Yeah.
Do you understand that they're all coming in, that they're all together, right? And that they're young and they're healthy. And somebody either keeps showing me something with a tent.
We did go camping. I grew up camping. That's how I met my husband. But we always made tents and forts on rainy days, and he loved that.
It was like so fun to get in there, right? And just to hang
Hmm.
out. And he keeps showing me, because that's what he'll want you to see, because that's what you remember, Peggy. That's what I know when you think of him. This is what comes to your heart. And this is what you're doing with, even with what you do. You understand this is so much bigger than you, what you're doing. God and the divine and the loved ones have guided you to do this because it heals you and you're healing other people. And to me, you were just, oh gosh, I just wanted you, and when I asked you a while ago to please, because your story is, it's perfect. And when you take, honestly, I cannot emphasize enough. And I even gave this to my mother. We miss my father every day, and she misses, her husband, my dad. And when I gave this to her a couple weeks ago, and I didn't tell her, and when I saw her, I just handed it to her and I told her who made it and how you got started. I mean, she cried. She was just overwhelmed, and she said her words were, "What a beautiful woman." What a beautiful person to do this. And it does, it makes you want to cry, because it is. And this is what you do and what you're giving for people too. You're such an angel here on earth. And I just really want everyone to reach out. We will put all your information up on your website, because it's just, and they can customize, right? You were saying if they want something customized, you can do that if there's something that really means something to them. But what you have to offer and what you're doing, Peggy, it's a gift, and God blesses you, and they're all blessing you. And from the bottom of my heart, I cannot thank you enough for your strength and for your courage and for getting up every day and doing what you do to heal other people. You're the ones to me that are the angels on earth. You're the real angels on earth. You really are.
Thank you. You are so incredibly kind. And I just want you to know that if it wasn't for our conversations, I wouldn't have been able to put myself out there a little bit and to know for real that he's really here, and knowing what we're doing and knowing that we love him and miss him so much, but knowing that he knows and he's still here through you giving us that is the biggest gift.
And Peggy, he's working through you with what you're doing. He's the one that guides your hands. He guides you. And the more we start opening up and stop judging this and understanding that God loves all of us and that he reaches out to all of us in different ways, that it's all about love and guidance and hope, and just wanting to bring everybody in on this journey and just say that we are loved and that we're not alone. That God does not leave us. That's his promise. And with what you're doing, I'm telling you, it's changing people's lives and it's given hope. And if you could see the faces of the people when I hand them to them, that they just feel as if their loved one just jumped in their arms again. And that's what I feel when I hand them those. It's as if their loved ones just jumped into their arms. They sit and they hold it and they just touch it and they cling to it. And this is what you're giving to people. And I just think you're such a beautiful person. And I cannot thank you enough for coming on and telling your story. And I want to have you back on again. And I want to one time just actually do one and just do your showcase. I would love to just let you do a little tour of everything that you make. And can you hold up? There was something else you showed me. Can you please hold that up? It was, yes. Now, can you show me, what is this?
It's a bud vase. For example, when my sister-in-law passed last July, I took her flowers and made a bud vase for my brother and for his daughter in purple because that was her favorite color. And it's something that they can look and see that his wife and Chris's
Incredible.
mom could see her flowers and her favorite color, and it's just helpful for them. My son's favorite color is orange, so this is for his sisters. Oh, my daughter just handed me this. There, it's like that.
I want to say, hold it up. That's incredible. That is something that everyday people
Hmm.
will put
Yeah.
somewhere, will have. This is an amazing tribute, and it lasts forever. It's something that doesn't go
Hmm.
away, and you can touch it, like even with these, and that you can hold and you can
Yeah.
pass on for people. And I just so, like I said, I'm going to put all this information up because this is something that is so big. And I thank you and God bless
Thank
you.
you.
And just know I'm always here for you. And I can't thank you enough. And I will have you back again.
Thank you.